Aloha and welcome to the Creative Quantum Coach. My name is Jean DeMello and I am a life coach. Thank you so much for being here with me today. Yesterday, I launched my life coaching business, the Creative Quantum Coach. You can check me out at thecreativequantumcoach.com. And for everyone who has viewed my pages and liked and subscribed and shared and did all those technologically savvy things, thank you so much. I appreciate you. I have been figuring out a way to share what I'm learning since I finished my bachelor's degree in December and delving deeper into my master's and PhD content, trying to find a way to integrate into the community as I'm still learning. And so to be received with so much love and excitement really just put so much wind back in my sails. So thank you again. My desire for this channel is to be sharing content that comes from my heart and lands directly in yours so that you feel supported and really uplifted in shifting your life and your beliefs and your dreams and your desires. And so please feel free to always reach out, to leave a comment, and to message me directly on any social media platform, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. I'm here for you. Today is a very special day because today I want to speak to my why. And um, today is the perfect day to do that because today is my big brother Danny's birthday. And my brother Danny made his transition into non physical in 2021 in a very tragic way. He was shot to death, and it was a tremendous shock for my family. And reflecting back on that time, up until that point, um, I had a very specific path. I was a teacher. I had been teaching in schools, dance, and other things for the past 10 years, and specifically really honed in on my skills as a special education teacher. I loved the school that I was working in, I loved the people I was working with, I loved the children. My daughter was doing wonderfully. I was super blessed to have such a wonderful child. I was in a really supporting, loving relationship. Physically, I was doing really well. I was about to kind of seek out master's programs for special education. And so my life just had this very specific trajectory. And um, that phone call that I received that day uh, saying that he had died, it shattered my life. It shattered my heart. Um, uh, there was a lot of ways in which things began to really fall apart. And for those of you that have gone through traumatic loss, there's also a lot of really interesting ways um, that my family and the community began to come together. And so, the reason why I'm sharing this extremely intimate and personal tragedy with you is because it became my greatest inspiration and it became my why. What I realized is that for me to be able to jump back into my life as a teacher and a mother and a partner and all of these things, um, I really had to begin taking care of my spiritual health. I had always been really good at taking care of my physical health. And, I was a nutrition counselor and I was a dancer and very active. But I never was a meditator. I'd always say that I can sit still and I had a lot of energy. And there was a lot of reasons why I sidestepped it. I had a lot of mentors and friends around me that led by example of how meditation had touched their lives and trying to share their specific paths with me. And I never really felt that nudge hard enough until I was very broken. Um, so the old me and my old life began to crumble around me, um, from relationships to jobs to everything that I was doing before. Slowly began to signal to me that this is not who you are anymore. And you've just been through this um, really intense and traumatic experience, and you are no longer that person. And I knew that in my heart, what I felt was that my brother was eternal, that we're all eternal, and that we are infinite, and that I could still connect with him. I wanted so badly to be able to connect with him um, outside of this plane, and to continue on my relationship with him in any way that I possibly could. And from this feeling of just deep love and almost desperation of trying to figure out uh, how it all works, what happens after we leave this planet, what happens after our bodies are no longer and decomposing, you know, how do we continue on, and belief and faith and these things that hold us up and lift us during such hard times. What are the practices that we use? And I started to research, what people were doing, and I came upon Joe Dispenza, of course, because he is all over the internet and all over YouTube. And I was very grateful for his practices, and he was one of the first places where I landed, to really think about what do I believe in, and who is this person now, this person, this new woman that has just gone through all these things, and her life has been changed, and who did I want to become, and what were these roadblocks in that, and that's when I started my practice, and that's when, almost in a scientific way, I started an experiment on myself, and I really said to myself, I'm going to try this. I'm going to try this every single day, and I'm going to sit, and I'm going to start with 5 minutes, and I'm going to be with myself, and I'm going to figure out all of these different ways in which to meditate and see which one resonates with me. And I'm just going to try. And that's what I did. And um, that's what brought me to my meditation practice. And looking back on that and looking back on my journey, and thinking how isolated I really was, and thinking about how much joy and how much upliftment and connection that meditation and can provide for you, and how much community it can provide for you, and what a coping skill it can be through these major events in our lives that rock us to our core. Uh, what a gift this life is, and what a strange and magical and crazy ride that we are all on together. And, to age is a privilege, and to be able to see a sunrise and get another hug from our child and laugh with our beloved. These are all gifts. These are all beautiful, beautiful gifts, right? That we can embrace, and we have that choice every single day, to get up and to begin again, as the people that we want to become. And so that's what I wanted to share with you today. That is my giant why I'm here, why I'm sharing videos, why I'm getting my PhD. Well, I will leave you with these three things. Um, Dedicate, a space to yourself. It doesn't matter if it's a foot by a foot. It doesn't matter how tiny it is. Let it be yours and let it be sacred and let it be a place that you come to when you need to breathe and you can be with yourself. Dedicate your time before you open your eyes, before you open your phone, before you open your door or your curtains. Dedicate time to being with yourself, to getting to know yourself and filling yourself up before you go out into the world in any way. Even if it's 5 minutes, even if it's 2 minutes, dedicate that time. The last thing I will say is to do it before you do anything else. And we'll get more into neuroplasticity later on as I want to do a lot of lessons with you. I'm really excited to do these mini lessons. But just speaking about brain waves, the closer that you can go from sleeping, waking to meditation, the easier it's going to be on moving through those brain waves that you need to entrain. And you'll be more successful at stillness and peace in your mind. Thank you so much for being here with me today. Thank you for listening to this very special piece of me. And I want to wish my brother a happy birthday. I want to wish my mom a happy birthing day. Um, and please comment below if you have gone through any type of loss and what are some of the coping skills that have gotten you through that loss. I would love to hear and connect more around that. Please go to thecreativequantumcoach.com, sign up for your 10-minute free consultation, share, like, and subscribe this video, and I will be bringing you more content soon. So stay tuned. Love you.